Hey everybody, welcome back. What you see here is the early Willys 442 engine. We're going to get this engine fired up today. Here is the Americar engine. You guys saw me rebuild this one. A lot of guys gave me a lot of trouble saying, oh, you can't put that in an MB, and, you know, it's terrible. These are very good engines, a very common swap back in the day when a military motor blew up or went bad. Very common to take an Americar motor and put it in there. Now I put this one in kind of military dress here. I put an alternator on it. I've got a modern starter. I've got a rebuilt T84 right behind it. Model 18 transfer case with the emergency brake all set up. I'll show you that in a little bit. But we're going to get this guy fired up. We're going to get it broken in. I haven't fiddled with it yet. I've got the timing static set real close. Oil pressure gauge is on there. Temperature gauge is on there. I just finished putting water in the radiator. I got a battery charging. And we're going to fire this guy up. Get it broken in a little bit. And then I'll explain to you just what I put in here and what's going on with it. So hang in there. I'm going to try and get the best angle for startup and show you guys this engine fire up. Okay, let's power up the Pertronics. You guys know I like to use Pertronics. You know, you can do whatever you like. If you still like points and condenser, that's cool. I've had too many troubles with those. But this is Pertronics. We're just going to go to the positive, right to the battery. Let's see how it goes. I'll get it fired up. We'll bring it up to a fast RPM. I'll get it broken in, and then I'll give you a few more details on it. Okay guys, got about 35 minutes of runtime on this guy. There's the alternator. Most guys these days are giving up on generators and starters and stuff. Some guys want more modern stuff, and there is an alternator. I got it hooked up to the battery. It's charging at 800 RPM. It's charging 14.5. So it charges even at idle, not like a generator. You got to come off idle before it starts charging. There is a modern high torque starter. I've had real good luck with those. I have been stranded with rebuilt original starters, and I hate it. It's embarrassing, and I hate it. So I've been putting those on a lot of engines with very good luck. And again, this one has it. It's got the Pertronics again, because it's super reliable. I rebuilt the oil pump, and you saw even at idle we had 50 pounds of oil pressure, and I'm kind of, if I have to use a new oil pump, I do, but I have a lot of kits now, and I rebuild them, and I seem to have better luck with that. On this side here, I did put on a new old stock exhaust manifold. Not a reproduction, not a used one cleaned up. That is a new old stock exhaust manifold. I took one of my best intake manifolds, rebuilt carb. Rick does all my carbs. Fantastic. And again, this is a Americar engine, and if it was original, when I got this engine, it was missing the oil filter that went on this side. I did keep the original cover. The oil doesn't return there. It returns through a fuel pump hollow bolt. Hope you can see that in there. This is the fuel filter return, and the you take your supply right from the original spot. But all hard lines here. I don't like the rubber lines. Inside here, I've got a standard on the mains crank and a 10 under on the rods. I have brand new connecting rods. The connecting rods that are being made right now are just perfect. I tested out a bunch of them, and they are absolutely perfect. I'll show you one in just a little bit. I think if you need a connecting rod, I like to get my parts from Pete DeBella, so if you need connecting rods at all, the early ones with the 7/16 rod bolts, Pete has them in stock and ready to go. We'll go take a look at one now, and you'll see how nice they are. Okay, here's a brand new rod. I already have a piston on it because this is going in another early engine I'm doing. The rods are the perfect weight. The big end and the small end are perfect. I've already got my connecting rod bearings in there. I do switch out the bolts that come with it for the nuts, for lock nuts, 7/16 lock nuts. And these are just fantastic. I am running out of connecting rods, and when I'm in a pinch, these are nice to have on the shelf. Okay, like I said, there's a T84 here. I rebuilt that. It's absolutely perfect inside. One of the nicest T84s I've ever had. There's the 18. Again, that was in perfect shape. New bearings, new seals. Completely rebuilt the emergency brake there. And this would be a perfect engine for an MB. I was going to put it in an MB. I've got all these motors, and I was just going to make a Jeep for every motor I had. But this motor, as it sits right now, is for sale. If anybody is looking for something like this, I know there's not a lot of guys that like the Americar motors for their Jeep, but if anybody is looking for a perfect running L-head, a T84, a Dane 18, with an alternator, with a modern starter, and Pertronics, everything is rebuilt on this guy. It was a fun engine to rebuild, and it's running perfect. So right now, I'm going to drain the oil and put some 1540 in there. You know, I like to use a Shell Rotella 1540, and that's going in here. I'm going to change the filter, and we'll run it again, and then kind of mothball this. We'll run the carburetor out of fuel, and keep the fresh oil in there with a new filter, and get this on a pallet and stored in case anybody wants it. Or if time goes too long, I'll just stick it in an MB. I already have a SGI MB body, so with the body and the power plant, I don't have much to go. So like I say, if anybody can use this, just reach out, put a comment below, and let me know. Okay guys, change the oil and filter. Temperature is still up around 165. Let's see how she handles a hot start. So let's see how this goes. Power up the Petronics again. Yeah, about 170 about on temperature here, because it heat soaked a little bit. It's got fresh oil in it, and if that stays on there, come on, we'll be in good shape. Hang on guys, we lost the Petronics. Okay guys, it's a new day. I'm just breaking this engine down off the stand. Everything went perfectly on this one. Very happy the way it started up and ran. I put a few more minutes of time on it yesterday, so this guy right now has about 2 hours of run time on it. Gave it a quick run again this morning, just checking things out. Did a bunch of testing on the alternator. That's charging right from idle. So unlike your generator, this will charge, you know, if you're in a parade or wherever you are, if you're doing anything and you need your vehicle to be charging, this alternator will do that just fine. Carburetor is adjusted in perfectly. Timing is set. This engine ran best at about 7 degrees of timing. So I'm 7 before top dead center on this guy. You can play with that. Don't, you know, 5 before isn't written in stone. You can play with that. You could do 7, 8, 9, 10. It just depends what your engine wants, you know, and how it's built. So you can play around with the timing. Starter's working good. Fuel pump is perfect. Again, if you need good fuel pumps, you know, Pete DeBella's got them. No trouble at all with that. It's not putting out too much pressure. Everything's running perfect. I'm breaking it down, and we're going to get another one set up in here. I've got to get some engines out the door. Again, this one is for sale. Anybody's interested in this, a complete package like this, let me know. And don't go offering me 2 core motors for a complete rebuild like this. I have too many of those guys out there that think this is worth 500 bucks. If that's what you think, don't bother contacting me. Okay, let's get this guy broken down, and I'll show you what's coming in there next. Okay, going in the stand next is this 68 F-head. This is completely rebuilt, and this has the alternator as well. It's going to get a modern starter. It's got a rebuilt carb, completely gone through, and this going in the stand as soon as I get that L head out, and I'll show you what's going behind this one. Okay, there's the T98 that's going in here. Dana 18. It has the, I can't see in there, it has the Timken bearing upgrade, which I do in all my transfer case rebuilds. Intermediate shafts just aren't holding in there these days. So this guy's ready to go. It's got the big clutch going in there, and that's going behind that F-head. So I've got a lot of assembling to do before we can get this fired up. But if you like these kind of videos, let me know, and I'll keep showing them to you if you like engine startups. For today, I got an emergency cylinder job that I got to get done for a guy's machine, so I don't know when we'll get to this one, maybe later in the week. But if you like this kind of stuff, let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and like I say, trying to grow the channel, so do what you can to help out if you don't mind. And thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next video.